What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The new season is finally here, and with it, a brand new meta to master in this season 38. If you want to beat the dark system and rank up smoothly, I suggest you should focus on those heroes I'm going to suggest. Obsidia's power during early game is all about farming. Use Abyssal Bone Needle to clear waves, poke your lane opponent. Remember, hitting heroes gives more energy, and get those first few bone shards. Late game is where Obsidia shines as your primary carry. Full build, max shards, your basic attacks are devastating. Positioning is crucial. Use Shadow Meld to re-engage or escape, but don't overextend. Your ultimate can lock down a priority target, a squishy mage or the enemy marksman, and completely swing a teamfight if your team can follow up. Alice is relatively weak in the early game. Your main goal should be to farm and collect your passive stacks. Avoid unnecessary fights and prioritize clearing minion waves to get your core items as fast as possible. During late game where Alice shines. Once you have your core items, you can be a formidable force. Look for opportunities to engage in team fights, especially when you have a full mana bar. You can initiate a fight by using your first skill, Flowing Blood, to get to the backline, and then use your second skill, Blood Awe, to immobilize enemies. Follow up with your ultimate, Blood Ode, to deal continuous damage and sustain yourself. Amon. Entire skill set revolves around his passive, Invisible Armor. Become invisible. After hitting an enemy with a skill, Amon enters a camouflage state. This makes him untargetable and gives him a movement speed bonus and HP regeneration. Enhanced basic attack. When Amon exits his camouflage state, his next basic attack is enhanced, dealing significant magic damage. Cooldown reset. Hitting an enemy with his skills or enhanced basic attack reduces the cooldown of all his skills. Cece is a sustain fighter who excels at prolonged fights. Use your skill 1 to poke and clear waves. Don't use skill 1 right away to clear the wave, as it has a short cooldown in the early game. Instead, use it to hit the enemy hero and the minions at the same time. Keep your passive stacks up by constantly hitting something. Minions, jungle creeps, or the enemy hero. This is crucial for your mobility and sustain. Cece does well against tanks and other bruisers because her skill 1 damage scales with the target's health. Your role is to deal consistent damage and disrupt the backline. Look for opportunities to use your ultimate on 2 high-priority targets, like the enemy marksman and mage. Use your skill 2 wisely to either chase or escape. To maximize alpha damage, always try to weave basic attacks between your skills. This is essential for triggering your passive's true damage and slow effect. A good combo is ultimate. Skill 1, basic attack. Skill 2, basic attack. Alpha's true damage from beta is what makes him so lethal. Always aim to get the locked on mark on your enemies to deal significant damage, especially against high defense heroes. Alpha's sustainability comes from his skill 2 and items with spell vamp. In teamfights, try to hit as many enemies as possible. Arlott is very strong in the early game. Use your mobility and poke combos to harass the enemy laner and gain an advantage. You can use your skill 1 on the minion wave to zone out the enemy laner. This also marks them, giving you a chance to escape with a quick skill 2 dash to a minion if things get messy. Minions and jungle creeps are a great source of healing. Using your skill 2 on a marked non-hero unit still gives you a portion of the healing, which can be a lifesaver. Once your ultimate has landed, use your chain dashes from skill 2 to dive the enemy backline, mages and marksmen, and take them out. Arlott's mobility makes him a nightmare for squishy heroes. Alucard is most effective as a jungler, but he can also be played in the EXP lane. As a jungler, focus on clearing your jungle camps as quickly as possible to get a gold and level advantage. Jungle pathing. Start with the red buff for the extra damage and slow. Prioritize securing the Litho Wanderer and Lava Golem for extra EXP. Ganking. Look for opportunities to gank low HP enemies, or squishy heroes like the Marksman and Mage. Use skill 1 to close the gap, then unleash your combo. Keep farming creeps and minions to maintain your gold advantage. Alucard is an item-dependent hero. Beatrix has a strong early game compared to most other marksmen. Use this advantage to bully your opponent in the gold lane and deny them farm. Constantly be aware of which weapon you have equipped and your ammo count. You can use your second skill, Tactical Reposition, to instantly reload a weapon, which is crucial for quick bursts of damage and repositioning. Like all marksmen, Beatrix is squishy. Always stay behind your tank and other frontline heroes during teamfights. Use your dash to escape or reposition, not to engage recklessly. The Assassin emblem is a top choice for Beatrix. It provides the adaptive attack, adaptive penetration, and movement speed that she needs to dominate. Badang is a bit weak until he reaches level 4 and gets his core items. Focus on farming and poking enemies with your skill 1. Use your basic attacks to build up your passive stacks. Look for opportunities to poke and zone the enemy with your skill 1. Don't go for an all-in fight unless you're confident you can secure the kill. Use your skill 1 to clear minion waves quickly. This allows you to rotate and help your team. Badang struggles against heroes that can easily escape his skill 2 dash, such as Wanwan, Ling, and Benedetta. Poke combo. Use skill 1, skill 2, skill 1. This allows you to apply damage and stacks from a distance. Burst combo. Use skill 1, skill 2, hitting the goo to dash. Skill 1, ultimate. This combo helps you quickly close the gap, stun, and attach to your target. Simple combo. Skill 1, then immediately walk on top of the goo to detonate it for a quick stun. Glue is great at clearing minions and cutting lanes. Use your skills to quickly clear waves and push towers. Your passive and self-healing make you hard to kill, even under pressure. Minsither excels at starting teamfights and trapping enemies. Use bushes to surprise enemies with your skill 1. Your ultimate, King's Calling, is your most powerful tool. Use it to lock down key enemy heroes, especially those with escape skills. You can initiate a team fight with your ultimate and then follow up with your skill 1 to pull a high priority target. You are a frontline hero, but you're not as tanky as a full tank. Position yourself to protect your backline, mage marksman, and to zone out enemy assassins or fighters. Wanwan is relatively weak in the early game. Focus on farming safely and clearing minion waves. Use her first skill, Swallow's Path, to poke your opponent and expose their weak points from a safe distance. Your goal is to get your core items as quickly as possible to scale into the mid and late game. The safest way to activate her ultimate is to hit a hero who is caught by your team's CC. However, in a one-on-one situation, a common combo is use your basic attack to hit the weak point on the front or back of the enemy. Follow up with Swallow's Path, skill 1, to hit the weak points on the sides. Use your basic attacks and dashes to break the final weak points. Immediately use your ultimate. Cho's role is highly flexible. He can be played as a damage dealer in the EXP lane or as a tanky roamer. Regardless of your role, your main job is to initiate fights, disrupt the enemy backline, and pick off high-priority targets like enemy mages and marksmen. Initiation. Use his mobility to get into a good position to start a teamfight or gank. Disruption. His crowd control abilities, particularly his ultimate, are excellent for isolating key enemies or stopping their advance. Targeting. Always look for opportunities to catch squishy heroes out of position. One well-timed combo can change the entire momentum of the game. Granger is a squishy marksman and is vulnerable to ambushes and heroes with strong crowd control or burst. Always maintain a safe distance from the front line and use your range to your advantage. Fight from the edges of teamfights and use skill to escape if an enemy diver gets too close. Granger's ultimate. It allows him to fire 3 massive shots from a safe distance. Each shot explodes on the first enemy hit, dealing high damage. This is perfect for poking enemies before a team fight, securing kills on low HP heroes, or zoning out opponents. You can reposition with a small dash between each shot of your ultimate. Sun's greatest strength is his incredible split-pushing potential. He can destroy a turret without minions and apply immense pressure on the side lanes. Always be aware of the minimap and look for opportunities to push when the enemy team is busy elsewhere. Your clones are not just for show. They are your primary source of damage, tankiness, and utility. They inherit a portion of your attributes and attack effects, making your basic attacks incredibly potent. Sun is a hero who needs his core items to become powerful. Don't hesitate to use your ultimate on jungle creeps to clear them faster and get your items online. Guinevere's most effective gameplay revolves around her skill combos. Her primary goal is to knock an enemy airborne with her second skill, Spatial Migration, and then follow up with her ultimate, Violet Requiem, to deal massive damage. Basic combo. Use Spatial Migration, Skill 2, to jump and knock an enemy airborne. Immediately follow up with Violet Requiem, Ultimate, while they are airborne. Finish them off with Energy Wave, Skill 1, and basic attacks if they survive. Hanabi is a late-game hero. Your main goal in the early game is to farm as much gold and experience as possible. Don't die in the first 5 minutes. Use your basic attacks to hit minions, which will allow the bouncing petals to damage the enemy hero. This is a great way to harass your opponent and gain an advantage. Focus on pushing the Tier 1 turret. You can use your bouncing attacks on minions to chip away at the turret's health even from a safe distance. Hanabi is very vulnerable to ganks due to her lack of escape skills. Always be mindful of the enemy jungler's position and stay close to your turret. Grok is very strong in the early game. Take advantage of this by invading the enemy jungle with your jungler or pressuring the enemy laner. As Grok, your primary role is to initiate fights and protect your damage dealers. Use your skills to disrupt the enemy team, provide crowd control, and soak up damage. Grok's ultimate is a powerful initiation and crowd control tool. Grok charges in a direction, and if he hits a wall or turret, he deals damage and stuns nearby enemies. A classic Grok combo is to use your skill 2 to create a wall, and then immediately follow up with your ultimate, charging into the newly created wall to stun enemies. Use your ultimate to disrupt enemy heroes' skills, especially those with a channeling time. Dyrroth is at his strongest in the early game. Use your passive and skills to constantly harass the enemy laner. Focus on clearing minion waves to get gold and experience. Use your passive's Circle Strike to hit multiple minions at once. While you are strong early on, be mindful of enemy ganks. Keep an eye on the minimap and be ready to retreat if you see multiple enemies approaching. Dyrroth skill combo. Use Spectre Step, Skill 2 to engage. Land Burst Strike, Skill 1. Use basic attacks to whittle down the enemy's HP. When the enemy's HP is low, use your ultimate, Abysm Strike, to finish them off. Chang'e's strength lies in her ability to deal consistent damage from a safe distance. Her main goal is to pressure enemies, clear minions quickly, and provide support from the back line. Always be aware of your positioning. Chang'e has no blink or dash skills, so getting caught by a hero with crowd control or a burst assassin can be fatal. Stay behind your frontliners and use your long-range skills to chip away at the enemy. Her skill 2, Crescent Moon, is crucial. It gives her a shield and a movement speed boost. More importantly, it enhances all her other skills, allowing her to deal extra damage with her basic attacks, Skill 1 and Ultimate. Without this shield, her damage is significantly reduced. So there you have it, my top hero recommendations for Season 38. Remember, the meta is always shifting, so be sure to practice with these heroes and experiment with different builds. What do you think of my list? Who are your go-to heroes this season? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please smash that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more epic gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.